Coming up on this edition of MU Report, we have full coverage of Marshall Day at the Capitol.
Plus, what happened when Marshall's basketball team played for a cause. All on this edition of MU Report, which starts right now.
From the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. West Virginia's college news leader, the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications. This is MU Report.
Hello and welcome to Spring 2014's second edition of MU Report, Marshall University's own student-produced newscast. I'm Kaylin Searles.
And I'm Jessica Patterson. Now on to our top story. Marshall University filled the West Virginia Capitol recently to celebrate Marshall Day. And as MU Report's Kaylin Searles and Allison Wickline report, Marshall has a lot to celebrate.
As Steve Kelly Green flooded the West Virginia Capitol in Charleston to celebrate Marshall Day. Governor Elroy Tomlin is the first graduate from Marshall to become governor and said he was eager to support his alma mater.
I'm very proud of Marshall University. It's one of our premier universities in the state of West Virginia. I happen to be a graduate and the first governor of West Virginia to be a graduate of Marshall.
President Kopp says Marshall deserves recognition for the opportunities it provides for students.
We like to say that we literally change futures and change lives through the educational opportunities we provide. We can show them the data, we can show them the statistics, but ultimately the proof's when you meet with the students and have an opportunity to talk to them about what Marshall has done for them.
Students and faculty served as ambassadors for the university by setting up booths. And as Allison Wickline saw, they had more than enough to show off just how well Marshall is doing. Marshall alumni, ROTC, and the School of Pharmacy were just some of the programs presented at Marshall Day. Visitors were given the chance to explore the many different parts of the university. And as Beth Wolf says, it's important to make Marshall present and personal.
It's very easy, I think, when we're making big decisions to think of Marshall as an institution instead of people. But Marshall is a university made up of people, of students and faculty and staff.
Funding for higher education is an ongoing issue, and Marshall faculty say it's very important to take a second and appreciate all that Marshall does. Allison Wickline, MU Report.
With hundreds of parking spaces on campus, there's plenty of opportunity for car burglars. Josie Landgrave joins us in studio to show us how to put the brakes on potential thieves.
Yeah, Jessica, car break-ins happen on many campuses across the U.S., and unfortunately, as many Marshall students are finding out, Marshall's no exception.
I looked over and my glove box was open, and then I looked up and my window was smashed out and there was glass on my seat.
Caitlin Gable's experience is becoming a common story among Marshall students. A recent rash of car break-ins has put students on edge.
I hear almost every day about somebody's window getting broken or something taken.
Many of these break-ins have occurred at the Village on 6th Avenue, an apartment community that many students call home. Marshall's Chief of Police James E. Terry says cars are easy targets for thieves.
We also leave all of our property in cars because you think it's safe. They will leave their book bags in their car, their laptops, their iPads, and they don't think about it. And that's what they're looking for, is something they can get rid of quickly.
Car break-ins could be a headache for anybody, but for college students, it's an even bigger burden.
It's just more money that you have to spend, and I just bought all my school books and supplies, so it's just another expense.
Now, officers say if you have to put something in your car, put it in your trunk so it's out of sight for potential thieves, a lesson some students had to learn the hard way. Josie Landgrave, MU Report.
Officers also say to park your car in a well-lit area and leave nothing in plain view. Marshall University's theater department produces at least 4 plays per season, and as Jessica Patterson reports, students and faculty work to get these plays on stage.
Everyone knows the show must go on, but what does it take to bring the show to the stage? Marshall University's theater department proves it takes more than saying lights, camera, action to get the play off the ground. Each element of the play comes together through student efforts.
It would definitely have to be up here, up on the gantry, hanging and focusing all the lights.
Probably since the beginning of the semester, we were planning out how the set was going to look, putting down the tiles and the big cell phone.
Classes in the theater department include lab hours, a time students have been using to get ready for the upcoming production of The Dead Man's Cell Phone since the first day of the spring semester.
Gantry moving!
We work pretty much in isolation for weeks. And then in the last few days, we attempt to integrate all of the technical elements.
The box office also joins in by getting word of the plays out to the community.
We want to serve the tri-state community. Marshall University Theater goes back about 80 years, and it's been a big part of the arts community in Huntington.
Students and faculty have been working around the clock to prepare every detail for this semester's upcoming play, The Dead Man's Cell Phone, and say they felt prepared for this weekend's opening night.
The Dead Man's Cell Phone will also run next weekend, and the department will feature Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew in April.
Marshall's Burke Art Gallery holds exhibitions and viewings for students, but what about art professors? Kyle Gibson reports on a local institution's display of the best art the faculty has to offer.
Culture and college collided to showcase Marshall faculty members and their artwork at the Huntington Museum of Art. Marshall professors created paintings, sculptures, and even conceptual art for their very own special event. The Art Museum administration says this was a chance for the art professors to show their stuff.
Yeah, well, you know, we collaborate a lot already, but this was a great way to show what's being done down at Marshall. And, you know, the teachers are busy teaching students and we don't always see their work, so it's great to pull all that together.
Several art students attended the event, meaning the pupils could finally critique the masters. Professors say it is an honor to have their art shown in such a well-known local institution.
And the Huntington Museum has always kind of been like my goal of that was when I knew I had done something right as an artist, was when my work got shown in this environment.
Representatives from the Art Museum and the College of Arts and Media say the event was a success and hope to continue to collaborate in the future. Kyle Gibson, MU Report.
The Art of Teaching art exhibition ran from November to late January at the Art Museum. The show included works by every faculty member in the Fine Arts Department.
It has been one harsh winter filled with freezing temperatures and snow. And as Taylor Kirchwin reports, the best way to keep warm in frigid temperatures is to cover those outer extremities with outerwear.
Sub-zero temperatures have everyone talking, and with the cold comes a whole new way to accessorize, with hats and gloves while still staying warm.
I mean, I'm not going to wear a hat that I don't enjoy. So I wear this one because I like it, but it also has a function of keeping me warm at the same time.
Well, whenever I'm outside and I have to make a call or text, I can easily have my fingers accessible. Or whenever I don't need to do that, I can just quickly pull them over, and it's really warm.
Not only is outerwear functional and stylish, but there is a science behind the warmth you feel from wearing them.
At rest, about 7% of heat loss occurs through the head as a result of the blood flow that goes to the brain. During exercise, that can go up to about 50% of heat loss through the head. So if you cover the head with a hat, or even if it's just a baseball hat, you can preserve some of that heat loss.
Mallory says students could wear less clothing and still feel warm if they have their head and hands protected. Taylor Kirchwin, MU Report.
While winter weather has been breathing down all of our necks for weeks, there was one day where the temperatures hit the 60s. Reporter Sean Delancey brings us over to Ritter Park, where people shook off the cobwebs and enjoyed the sun.
It's wonderful. You get that cabin fever over with, you know, and that's rough.
What is it, like 50? And it feels like it's 70 because it's been like -10 for a while.
It's fun. We enjoy it. I think everybody else is too.
It feels wonderful. It's great to get the kids out and let them burn off some burnt energy that we've been locked indoors with the cold weather for so long.
It's wonderful being outside, breathing in fresh air, not being stuck up in a gym somewhere or something, and really getting to exercise outside on your own in your own movement. It's really far more fulfilling than, say, a treadmill or an elliptical.
And it's good for the families, you know, to be able to come out, get their children outside of the house for a while, you know, doing something they like to do, riding bicycles, running, being kids.
Hey man, I've been cooped up for 2 weeks in the house, so it feels great to be out on a day like today.
I really like frigid temperatures, but then to go to this, to where you can run in it then, because I'm an avid runner, it's the best thing in the entire world.
Yeah, we can make it on through what we got to now, because you know that's the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, when you start getting into this close to March, that's a good feeling.
The men's basketball team got a jump start on Autism Awareness Month when they worked together with their coach to show support for a developmental disorder that hits close to home. Kaylin Searles finds out why this particular cause is so important to them.
Can you wear the autism awareness
shooting shirts on
Saturday
for us?
In most ways, 8-year-old Robert is like any other fun-loving young boy, with a few exceptions. He was diagnosed with autism at a young age, and his dad is a head coach for a D1 school.
Obviously, it impacts us directly. You know, having a child that has is on the autism spectrum. Fortunately for us, we had early detection, and we put things in place for the young age. He's 8 years old. He's about 80 to 90% mainstreamed academically, so we're on the fortunate end, relatively speaking, for autism and autistic children.
Harrian set out to create autism awareness on a national level by transferring his life lessons from home to the court.
Myself and Pat Scarry, the head coach at Towson University, who's one of my best friends, we both kind of put together our heads because we both have a child that's been diagnosed autistic in some form, and we wanted to create some sort of level of awareness. And we thought no better way or no better vehicle to use than the landscape of college basketball.
Over 80 college basketball coaches from around the nation showed their support by adding a little blue to their game day getup in hopes of solving the puzzle that is the largest growing developmental disorder in the U.S.
National Autism Awareness Month begins Tuesday, April 1st.
Baseball season is on the way. Emory Report's Malcolm Irving takes a look inside on how the team is looking forward to the new season.
Despite the snow and the cold of the final stages of winter, baseball season is upon us. Marshall University College baseball team opened their 2014 season this month.
Well, we're all pretty excited for this upcoming season. Last year was pretty tough, so we're getting over a little hump, and we're going to excel from it and get ready and play hard this year.
The team is looking to make a huge run in the new and improved Conference USA. The baseball team has set goals to succeed in the best way, taking the lessons they learned from last year to make them a better team for the 2014 season.
Working on our preparation. Last year we didn't really prepare that well before games, but I think a lot of the guys this year are more focused and ready to win.
The baseball team is still without a field that they can call their own in Huntington, but that will not set them back against their opponents.
You know, we've got a pretty sweet place to play in Charleston, and we get to go to some pretty cool places this year, so I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Players say this will be one of the best seasons in years and cannot wait to show fans what they are capable of. Malcolm Irving, MU Report.
The Marshall baseball team's first home game will be March 11th against Morehead State.
That's all the time we have for this edition of MU Report. Join us next time on this West Virginia Public Broadcasting station for more stories on Marshall University. Our advisor is Dr. Chris Swindell. If you have any questions, please send him an email at swindell@marshall.edu. Until next time, I'm Jessica Patterson.
And I'm Kaylin Searles. Have a great day, everyone.